So here we are on Land of Fire. Green team. Sorry, no, this is Tears of the Desert, Painzo. This is Tears of the Desert. Here we are on Tears of the Desert. Fantastic start, by the way. With the green team in this game, going to be A&D in the Northern Spawn, running Montana, Schlieffen, Salem, Moskva, Venezia, Haragumo, Alvaro de Bazan, Daring, Yuyang. Meanwhile, for the red team, BLUMR in the Southern Spawn, they're going to be running Montana, Burgoyne, Worcester, Moskva, Minotaur, Haragumo, Khabarovsk, and then a Yuyang. Let's take a look at some builds. Whee! Right, as soon as we find the teams. Where are you? Where are you, people? Oh, you're over there. I saw the green team. So, Daring here for Takpia, going to be running relatively standard build, RPF. Going to be running Expert Loader, which is an interesting choice, but what else are you going to spend the 1 point on? I think I would... He's taking Superintendent, so he doesn't really have the point spare to get anything else like BFT or anything like that. So he's just, I suppose that's the best thing you can put there. But I suppose, like, Daring does have the improved AP, so, like, if you catch a DD broadside, or just anyone broadside, like, you can switch to the AP. It might make the difference in a gunfight, who knows. Moskva there, going to be running the Legendary module, improved survivability X from Ovechkin, and turret traverse improvement. Alvaro de Bazan running AFT and RPF, full concealment. We have Haragumo running the Legendary module plus the smoke slot 3. AFT, no Superintendent, RPF. Montana, going to be running full tank with Damacon slot 1. Also going to be running improved repair party readiness. Salem here, improved survivability expert, running relatively standard Broly build. It's pretty much the normal Salem build. Radar mod, running the radar to go with it. Schlieffen here, running the full IFAG secondary build. Damacon mod in slot 1, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of. Secondaries in slot 3 and 6. DCP doesn't really make sense to this to me because you already have a really short Damacon, so that's only going to provide you with like 1 extra second of fire reduction. I would much rather have the improved module HP, because if we take a look right now, we'll see this torpedo tube has low rolled quite hard. But that's about that. Venezia here for Mother of Dragons, going to be running he's going to be running the Legendary module, so he's going to have a very short cooldown on his smoke screen. He's also going to be running Outnumbered. And finally, we did the Daring already. So let's take a look at red teams. Red team, Montana, going to be running relatively standard stuff. Again, DCP mod slot 1, Brisk. Where is everybody else on this team? Hang on, they're all over here. They've already got their positions. We have the Burgoyne running running Brisk, not running turret traverse, running all this. Improved the reduction in the cooldown time for his reload booster as well. Haragumo here, going to be running Legendary module, smokescreen, BFT, no AFT, RPF. We have the Minotaur behind that running Radar. He's going to be running Radar mod slot 2, pretty much normal stuff. No outnumber, just running pure top grade gunner and a bit of top stuff as well. Montana here, yeah, relatively standard stuff. Brisk. I think we already looked at that one. Worcester, going to be running top grade gunner, nothing spicy like range mod or anything. Haragumo, again, Legendary module, BFT. Khabarovsk here, Legendary module, so not taking concealment module. AFT, survivability expert from Ovechkin, and rudder mod, because Khabarovsk doesn't turn. Then finally, the Yuyang here is going to be running Radar, and he's going to be taking Swift and Silence, RPF, and going to be relatively top spec. Taking a look at the initial deployments, green team, going to be sending over the ACAP. This is A&D, going to be sending Alvaro over the 1 line to try and get there, but he's been beat there by miles by the Khabarovsk. Then we have Haragumo Salem as a little smoke screen, and then we have Montana behind that, along with the Moskva taking up the radar island here. Schlieffen going to be making his way down through the B cap, and then Daring just went in and took B. Venezia and Yuyang is the sole kiting force over at C. There is a radar out right now, so we'll go have a look and see if there's any damage getting traded out. There is a Venezia there, you know, it can do some damage to the destroyer if you catch them well. But it's Minotaur radar, so yeah, no, don't know about that one. So yeah, Yuyang getting relatively chunked right now. Minotaur definitely not the friendliest ship in the world to be fighting, and well, Haragumo either. Long range shot comes in from the Moskva too. Does get a bit of a clip. DCP still available for the Yuyang, did not catch any fire, is going to start limping away out of there. Red team deployment, well, we have a chance. We have this Haragumo Worcester Khabarovsk smoke train. Yuyang beached up against this island, going to have like full radar control over this if he really wants to. Going to deny this approach quite happily. Montana kiting and spawn here. Moskva taking up this radar island, and then as we saw, Haragumo Minotaur plus the Burgoyne all heading down to sea. So, it looks like the Moskva is being very, very heavily farmed out by this Khabarovsk, Worcester, Haragumo. Looks like he may have even taken some torps in this. No DCP available, no healing available either. I think he may have even got clipped by the Montana. The Moskva's going to limp his way back around the corner. Somebody gets a big salvo into both the Worcester and the Cabros. Both of those have just been heavily chunked. I think there must be a Montana salvo on one, and then Alvaro salvo plus maybe Salem as well onto the Kawa. That looked painful. Radar comes out from the Yu-Yang over here, does not pick up either. He picked up the Haragomo very briefly, and then the Venezia got a salvo into him, so he's down at half health. Let's close the build view right now, it's just getting in the way. The approach to the island now is, as we say, it's going to be uncomfortable for this Salem because, you know, there's like... Well, actually, nobody here has a Hydra running. The Worcester's quite far away from this, so he can't really get pushed up to it. Cabaros getting caught inside a radar, everything going to be opening up on them. Actually, that wasn't radar, he's just, you know, been shooting. So yeah, he's gonna have fun. He's gonna limp away. DCP is available. Engine's out. Takes a fire. DCP's after the fire land. Still some shells coming in. They might catch him. Moskva did manage to burn out there, by the way. Schlieffen has made his way to the middle of the B cap. Not sure where he's gonna go with his adventure. Taking a look at the map, this flank is won. The Venezia and Yu-Yang, all they want to do is kite as much as possible, delay these 4 ships. They're doing a good job of it, and they managed to take quite a lump off the Haragumo. But the Haragumo is going to be able to re-smoke this Minotaur, that's going to be able to do some advancements, and that's going to force the Yu-Yang and Venezia further and further back. This Schlieffen is basically blocking this Moskva from leaving, so if the Moskva tries to walk past to chase after this and use his radar on this, he has to give broadside to the Schlieffen. Which he doesn't want to do. He can't also turn bow into it because Schlieffen seconds he'll just rinse him. Radars are coming back out at A. This is a very volatile situation, honestly. This is a very volatile situation. Everybody pulling up behind that rock. Daring going to be opening up onto the Yu-Yang. He's got a nice little angle on him. Should be able to get a bit of damage. The Yu-Yang's not actually going to be very happy with this. He can't really get away from this either. He can probably like get to here. But then he has to be careful of being walked on by by the Salem here. Actually, Alvaro and Zam might be looking for it too. Worcester radar's still active, so they see all of this. They don't have the daring in the smoke screen though, in the radar though. Sorry, just had to deal with somebody in Twitch chat. So yeah, Worcester being focused out here, gets clapped by the Montana. This leaves the Haragumo and Yu-Yang in a very vulnerable position because there's a Salem in their face, an Alvaro in their face, a Haragumo in their face, and a Daring raining down shells too. Yay, everybody's having fun. Cabarosk and Montana being forced out. Well, the Montana isn't being forced out, he's just nowhere to be seen. Cabarosk was forced out because, you know, he gets outspotted and bullied. But yeah, this looks like torpedoes from the Haragumo and Yu-Yang towards the Salem don't quite kill him, unfortunately. Yu-Yang goes down, and the Haragumo, I assume, is about to be next. They don't have a way to spot him right this second, but they can just run at that smoke. Looks like the Haragumo Minotaur combination did just catch up to the Yu-Yang briefly. So, currently looking at the situation, green team definitely fully in control of this cap, red team fully in control of this cap, Schlieffen's still sitting in B. Torpedo's coming in towards the Moskva just to try and delay his push, but Goyen going to be rotating off this towards the B cap, and now he's going to be fighting against the Schlieffen, but you don't want to take this fight in a Burgoyne. That's a kiting Schlieffen. His secondaries will chew you apart with a 32mm pen. Haragumo does finally go down, so now we have kiting Cabarosk and Montana trying to hold off this push, as everybody is now trying to collapse towards the B cap and get rest control of that. Looks like Moskva might have taken a couple of those torpedoes, actually. He now is suffering, and that's going to put him out of the battle. He's going to have to just sit there and be a radar bot. Yu-Yang might be looking to try and get some spots on him for the Venezia, but he can't really do that with a Haragumo there. Is that the legendary module Yu-Yang? I can't remember. It's not, so he does have decent concealment, but he will outspot the Haragumo, but he doesn't want to like get into the Minotaur's range, because if the Minotaur spots him radar, he's like one tap, so he can't really do that. Venezia just going to be forced to kite further and further away, leaving this Moskva. Well, the Moskva is spotted again. They managed to rotate spotting. They managed to get the Montana as spotting him with a spotter plane. Venezia Salvo might be coming. Venezia Salvo comes in, but it's a bow on Moskva. Didn't catch anything. Moskva just going to reverse up, complain about how plane spotting is annoying as hell. Schlieffen and Burgoyne still been brawling. Schlieffen took a bit of damage on the way out, but as you can see, the Burgoyne's been rinsed all over by those secondaries. Salvo towards the Moskva, doesn't connect. Second salvo from the Venezia connects. He's still alive, though. Khabarovsk going to be rotating his way into the B-cap, going to beach himself up against that island, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to maintain that. The daring is coming to spot him. Montana being slowly farmed out and spawned, but he's fine. He's going to be like, alright, I'm just going to soak damage and delay you as long as possible with this. Not having improved repair party readiness might be his demise, though. I don't know. He's definitely not having fun at the hands of the Alvaro, Salem, Haragumo, and Daring all at the same time. DCP was popped, doesn't have a heal available for 20 seconds. He's down to 26k. A couple of permafires might be his demise. DCP still up for another 16 seconds. Also not running, like... He is running the DCP mod on slot 1, so that's an extended duration fire prevention, like fire immunity, but that's going to be down soon. And what that means is he's not going to have it available for quite a while. Doesn't manage to get dark, managed to get another heal off, takes a fire immediately after the repair goes off. They finally pick up the Moskva kill with a Venezia salvo, but the Venezia's lost a lot of health for that. Montana apparently walked around the corner for that one, by the way. So now, Torpedo's heading towards this Montana, who has just decided to say no and leave, and has instead found the Khabarovsk in his mouth. So now we have a very awkward situation. AP Salvo comes in, of course, no full pens anymore. I think the Khabarovsk might have bounced that, by the way, because the Khabarovsk with his 50mm armored belt can just bounce a lot of the shells, so if it clips the belt, you do 0 damage. But the Khabarovsk is not going to be enjoying this situation. He's going to desperately try and get his torpedoes off. Or just rain down AP. Long range Montana Salvo going to soften him up. Here come the torpedoes. Doesn't get them off. Montana Salvo goes through the bow, takes him out. Montana going to be limping away. It takes a lot of damage in the broadside from the Minotaur at the same time, though. Haragumo not going to be opening up. Montana goes down in the middle. That leaves all of A and D in the middle of A, and that leaves 4 very low health ships for BLUMR kiting away. Montana, very low, again popping his damage control. And then it's just this Minotaur Haragumo who weren't able to push out and get rid of the Yu-Yang and Venezia fast enough. Having lost their Moskva and in the push. Also, I don't really think this Burgoyne can do anything anymore because the Schlieffen is back, and the Schlieffen says, hello, I have secondaries that pen you all over, please eat them. Om nom 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 nom. Om nom nom nom. Burgoyne has to duck behind the island and break line of sight. Haragumo picks up the Montana kill in the background there, so that's going to be releasing all, well, Salem, Haragumo, Alvaro are now released to come finish off this horde of ships here. And honestly, oh, they pick up the radar on the Yu-Yang. Did they get the kill with the Minotaur? Yes, they picked that up. And I think this might be a victory for A&D. Anyone else think this might be a victory for A&D? I think they might have this round in the bag. So BLUMR's commitment of the Khabarovsk and such over at the A-Cap didn't really work out very well for them. Looks like the Salem, Haragumo, and Daring just managed to pick them apart, get some decent spotting. And then, well, it was when they lost their cruiser, and then the Salem was allowed to walk around the corner afterwards. The Worcester not really putting in too much work. I forgot to mention, there are a couple of extra limitations apart from the initial ship limits we discussed earlier. Kremlin and Montana, you're limited to 1 of the 2, I believe. And then from Salem, Des Moines, Gearing, and Haragumo, you're allowed a maximum of 2 combined. So that's why they brought a Worcester instead of a Des Moines for that smoke screen. But yes, congratulations to A&D taking round 1 of this best of 3 series. Well then. That was a bit of a brawl. Some interesting ship choices. Not sure if I'm a fan of the Khabarovsk pick, but it existed. That was a bit messy. It was a bit messy. Moskva, I don't know how he managed to lose all of his HP during. I think he might have just ate Yang Torps on the bow. Like, he obviously couldn't push up because of where the Schlieffen was positioned. And then the Burgoyne couldn't get line of sight on the Schlieffen to farm him anywhere, so he ended up trying to play into that, but you can't really play into a close range brawl against the Schlieffen. Montana didn't really have any options to look at him either. So yeah, the Schlieffen just managed to roam around in the B-cap doing whatever he wanted, and there was no solution for it. I think the best option was probably like trying to find a way to conga line it with a daring or something, but they didn't have one, so... Yeah, that was messy. That was messy. Anyway, next map's going to be Shatter, though. So, hey, maybe we'll see some more brawling as I try and deal with my hangover. Hey! So we'll just wait for the teams to get ready for Shatter. I don't really know what to say about that one. It was interesting. The Worcester and Salem managing to both get to the island. I was kind of expecting a lot more battleship focus on both of them, like with radar and hydro control, but both of them still somehow managed to get up to the island. Although the Worcester took a bigger battering for it, I think. And then the Worcester just didn't have much impact in that game, I think. Well, they farmed out the Moskva super early. That died, but then that didn't really make a difference. Yeah, Moskvas were just suffering in this game. I think there's another limit as well. You're allowed like a maximum of 2 Moscow/Stalingrad, I think. I had to go double check these. The rules are somewhere. It's in the rule set somewhere. I don't know, what's that? Sorry, I just need to go pass a message on to somebody quickly. And then, what was his alt account called? I'm going to ban that too. I might have to deputize somebody because apparently we have a little bit of a troll infestation today. It's fine. I'll pick someone at random and just make you a mod for the rest of the stream if it's alright. I'll figure somebody out. I know my regulars. Oh boy, it's a sweaty day, by the way. There's moisture dripping down my face. It's not nice. It's grim. Also, apparently I didn't update the score properly. Yay! A&D 1-0. There we are. Sorry. My bad. But yep. All players are readying up for the second game here on Shatter. So we'll get ready to drop into this any second now. And it looks like we don't even have to swap the teams around. Wonderful. Just waiting on A&D to ready up. Well, they're ready, but they're waiting for the team leader to declare that they're ready so they can press the go button. Right, here we go. Game number 2 of the best of 3 series. Oof, my stomach made noises there. I probably do need to go get more food at some point. Anyway, green team here on the northern spawn on Shat are going to be A&D, running Montana, Schlieffen, Salem, Moskva, Haragumo, Alvaro de Bazan, Daring, and Daring. Meanwhile, for the red team in the southern spawn, Montana, Schlieffen, Zhao, Worcester, Moskva, Minotaur, Shimakaze, Haragumo for BLUMR. So let's go take a look at some builds. Lovely little diamond formation you have there, by the way. Well, it's not really, but when you look at it from a one weird angle it was. Right, taking a look, starting with the Daring here. Going to be running relatively standard stuff. He's going to be taking Cunningham for whatever the hell reason. This Daring is going to be running... Are they matching builds? I can't tell. Genuinely can't tell. No, one's running Turret Traverse, the other isn't. And then we've got some other little variations. One's running Incoming Fire Alert. That's about it. Then we got the Alvaro de Bazan here. He's going to be running Swift and Silence. I suppose all you really want is your funny button every so often, I guess, then. Haragumo here, Leg Mod, Smoke, AFT. We have the Salem, who's going to be sitting in that smoke screen, going to be running Outnumbered, not Top Brigade Gunner. Prop Mod, and then Radar Mod, so that's obviously a Radar Salem. We then have the Moskva next to it, who's going to be running this. Leg Mod. Radar Mod in slot 2. Schlieffen here, going to be running DCP Mod, slot 1, full secondary, no fire prevention again. Again, it's Schlieffen, it's fine, has the fast damage control party cooldown, so it doesn't need fire prevention per se. You just don't have enough points for it there. Moskva here, going to be running pretty much the same Moskva build. We have Daring here, pretty much the same one. Yeah, we already looked at that. Red team build, let's go quickly have a look over these. Shimakaze, Legendary Module, Swift and Silence. Improved Violet the Expert from, I can't remember, Suzuki. Minotaur here, gonna be running relatively standard stuff. That's a Radar Minotaur as expected. Zhao here, Legendary Module, Outnumbered, Demolition Expert, as well as Eye in the Sky for the spotter plane cooldown and duration. Well, half duration. Montana here, gonna be running DCP mod slot 1, thank you. Welcome on in Raiders, by the way. Schlieffen here, what on earth? Schlieffen not running IFHE, gonna be running consumable module, reload module for the main guns, not taking consumable, instead taking fire prevention, because his plan is to be spotted for the entire game, so increased consumable duration basically means you have longer heal, longer hydro, and because you're planning on being spotted the entire time anyway, the concealment module, you are losing out on the dispersion debuff to enemy ships shooting at you, but the extra heal might make up for that. I'm not sure on the maths on that, but not taking IFHE is questionable. Instead decides to take Swift and Silence, which seems counterintuitive considering he's planning on being spotted, so I think he really just wants to get to his spot really quickly. Meanwhile, Worcester here, going to be running a Reload Mod, no Legendary Module or anything like that. Haragumo, again, Smoke Train, BFT, no AFT. And then finally, the Shimakaze here, going to be running the Legendary Module. I'm assuming that they're running the 12-kilometer torpedoes, but I can't really check without pressing buttons that I can't be bothered to press. I'll just assume they're 12s. Initial deployments, green team over the A cap sending Daring, Moskva, and Montana going to be hovering. Then we have Daring and Schlieffen parking up next to the B cap. Schlieffen looks like he's going for a dive between the island. Moskva here are going to be spotted on the way in. And then Salem Haraguma plus Alvaro de Bazant on this side. So we have the Haraguma Salem and then a funny button burst from the Alvaro if anything gets spotted. Meanwhile, for the red team, over at the A cap, we have Shimakaze, Minotaur, Zhao, Montana, B cap, Schlieffen, Moskva going to be not making it to the island, going to be sitting there in the middle of nowhere currently. I'm not sure what his plan is now. Then Worcester, Haragumo, Shimakaze is a smoke blob. With Shima for spotting. So yeah, looks like we're just going to have a staring contest through this rock. Don't need the Hydra up just yet. I'm not sure how he's spotted. Oh, apparently he's spotted by the Shimakaze over here. Moskva now going to be pushing his way up. They know there's a Schlieffen there, though. Wait, no, they don't know where the enemy Schlieffen is. He hasn't been spotted yet. Interesting. Worcester not going to be in the smoke screen yet. He's apparently just going to go look to try and farm the Moskva. He is going to be spotted while he does this. So I'm not sure if the Schlieffens are going to be looking for this or the Moskva. Alvaro pushing forward, Haragumo pushing the smoke screen further forward for his Salem, should he so choose to use it. Instead, he's just going to sit behind it for now. Radar going to come out from the Moskva, going to find Moskva, Schlieffen, going to find very briefly the Haragumo, but he gets out of there, so he's not really that bothered. Haragumo going to drop his smoke screen during this for the Worcester to get in. Now that they know that the Moskva has blown his radar. Torpedoes towards the Moskva from the Shimakaze, not going to connect. He does have to, like, reverse. Which is, you know, would have been a lot more painful if the Schlieffen was still there. Moskva from BLUMR pushing up very forwardly into an aggressive position. Going to try and duck behind this island, but he's not going to be able to, so he's going to get farmed by the Salem. He needs to get himself in here, but the island's going to push him away from it because of the new mechanics. Well, over at A-Cap, nothing really happening right now. It's just being blocked by both teams. Nobody taking any damage over here. It's kind of passive. There might be some aggressive plays happening soon. Montana's very far forward. This one's kind of not, but he's looking for salvos on anything that wants to get involved. B-Cap is being contested by the Daring right now. He is in Schlieffen Hydro. Unsure if the Schlieffen wants to walk around on this, consider it. Well, the Daring's using his conga line of torpedoes slowly. I suppose it's the Schlieffen's turn in, so he'd have to reverse. So he's not going to be able to run the Daring down, per se. Smoke screen's not really doing very much. Moskva's not really being farmed that hard currently. Inverted reality looks like he might want to make some gaming happening towards the Moskva. He will be suffering at the hands of Worcester Haragumo farming. So if he can wait out this smoke screen, when the smoke screen expires, he can walk around completely untouched. But this Moskva's probably just going to reverse in the meantime. Looks like A-Cap was flipped. Apparently this Minotaur took some big damage. Daring also took some big damage during all of this. Radar comes out from the Minotaur now. Not sure how he ended up getting spotted then. Maybe he was just wandered into Minotaur Hydro. But now he's stuck deep within the radar and he's turning kind of broadside. Okay, he's going to get out of there. I don't think the Minotaur really wants to push forward to keep him on the radar, considering the Montana sat there waiting to get shots on him, because it looks like the Montana already chunked him once. Daring gets out with not very much health remaining. Moskva in the back corner, being forced to kite now, being farmed by Zhao. Montana also going to be like raining down salvos on it too. Back in the middle, we see the Daring is still sitting there, capping. Schlieffen shows discretion as the better part of valor and did not in fact charge at the Moskva. He's instead going to be kiting and looking for shots onto the Worcester in the smoke screen. Actually sees the Shimakaze. Doesn't get anything on him, but sees him at least. Because Moskva radar picked that up. Moskva radar will also be picking up where the enemy Moskva and Worcester and Haragumo are also. Its focus is now onto the Haragumo. Haragumo opens up during all of this. And isn't spotted on the way out because this Alvaron didn't have line of sight. However, transferred Bloom. Enjoy. He drifted out after shooting and then got respotted by that because 2 seconds hadn't passed. Because Bloom spotting is cursed in this game. Bloom spotting is cursed. So Haragumo opened up and then got respotted. Drops his smoke now, but he doesn't have a DCP available. Still shells coming in. Permafire might kill him. If the raw HE Alpha doesn't. Shell still landing. Slinks away with 1,000 HP. The rest of those shells are not going to connect there. Montana here took a lot of... Oh, sorry, it's the Minotaur again. I thought it was the Montana. The Montanator. The Minotana. This one, however, did take some damage. I assume he's just being farmed. Maybe took some torpedoes. Probably took some torpedoes. He is dumb coming right now. Harrigan and Worcester being forced to give up ground, which is putting Tempest here and his Moskva in a little bit of an iffy situation. Currently, point income is in favour of the red team because they have been ticking on the A cap for quite a while. B cap was finally taken by A&D's Daring eventually. Schlieffen not really getting involved in the battle very much. Now has decided to do a full turnaround. He's now going to walk through the B cap. Yeah, here we see Salem and Harrigan are going to be farming away at the opposing red Moskva there. Alvaro just going to sit there and spot an open water gunboat, I guess. Schlieffen secondary is also raining in. Torpedoes coming towards that smoke screen. Nobody has Hydro active. That is a radar Salem, and the Schlieffen's Hydro is down. So these could be painful. These will be painful. 1, 2, 3. 3 Shimakaze torpedoes. Dev strikes the Schlieffen. Ouch. Ouch. Moskva's racing to see who can get farmed slower. Looks like this Moskva's pushed forward to try and get a radar on the smoke screen and is just exposing himself more. As my stomach violently makes noises. It's like, you're hungry, you should eat. Yeah, I should have ate. Moskva gets burned out. This one manages to escape. However, he is reversed into the waiting arms of Daring. I don't think the Daring wants to take this trade, though. Looks like the other green Moskva died too. Up in the back corner. And then this red Moskva just takes out that Daring. And it's all going a little bit Pete Tong for A&D right now. It's all going a little bit Pete Tong. Well, back over on the one line here. Radar came out from the Worcester. Is finding the Alvaro de Bazan right now. See how much the Alvaro enjoys this. Takbia died over there somewhere in his Daring. Alvaro just pushing in. I think they're just accepting their fate at this point. Well, they're not accepting their fate. He's actually trying to kill the Shimakaze. Moskva salvo's now coming in towards the Alvaro as well now. Shimakaze on the map border kiting. Probably an annoying thing to try and shoot at. Well, it's not looking good for A&D right now. Surely this Salem Haragumo can clean up the entire map. While Montana tries to dodge torpedoes in the background. Haragumo goes down, and that'll be a 1-1 in the series. I'm going to set myself a timer. Run ad in 5 minutes. Right, yes. BLUMR, 1-1. So, our final map is going to be Land of Fire. I like how we don't have the icon for either team, so it just looks like question mark won both games. Excellent. Excellent. Very effective winner scene there, isn't it? So let's just go over to this scene instead, and we'll just stare at the upcoming map. Oh wait, hang on. We need to actually change that to the next map, which is Land of Fire. Yay! Land of Fire, go. Oh boy, things are a bit messy today, aren't they? Things are a little bit messy. Water. Water helps everything. Right, teams are swapping sides. Everybody's getting moved into position, getting ready up their ships. I hope this game doesn't start before I run the ad breaks. That's going to be an annoying alt tab, but it's fine. Once again, the winner of this series will move on to face a different team. Let's go have a look who. Where's the tournament bracket? Winner of this series will go on to face Rain. Winner of this series will go on to face Rain. That's a terrifying prospect, really, isn't it? More rigging than a four-masted sailing ship. Yes, we do a lot of rigging here. I didn't start the fucking count. Oh god, I didn't start the timer. God damn it. Ah, god. Streaming with a delay is fucking complicated. Do not recommend it. We have an unreadied Umakazi in the middle. Looks like A&D are leaving the training room to go prep their ships differently, I guess. As this is a game 3, it looks like we might have to be waiting a little bit because we want our other people in, just in case they need a game 3. Right, where's our next map scene? In other news, I got my first ever death threat on Twitch. Yay! Yay! I'm a real streamer now. Alright, sorry, we're just waiting up to see if any streamers need a game 3, I think. Alright, we are finally dropping into our final game of this best of 3 series. Sorry, I'm currently sorting out things in the background. Well, mostly mostly like sharing the fact that I've been getting death threats, which is hilarious, by the way. Right, so, sorry, I've got these teams the wrong way around. Game spawns reversed. So, green team for this game is going to be BLUMR, and they're going to be running Montana, Schlieffen, Salem, Moskva, Shimakaze, Daring from the northern spawn. In the southern spawn, we have A&D running Montana, Conqueror, Moskva, Minotaur, Colbert, Haragumo, Alvaro de Bazan, and a Daring. I love some Colbert gameplay. Let's go look at the builds, and we're going to start with that Colbert, because you better be, you better be the good build. Are you church? Aw, he's range mod. Heavy HE, Demolition Expert, Fearless Brawler, no Superintendent, doesn't need that extra heal apparently. Yeah, so yes. Then we have Moskva here running relatively standard stuff. Alvaro de Bazan running the reload mode in slot 6, and then Swift and Silence. We have the Minotaur here, going to be running Radar. We have our Conqueror friend here. Improved Survivability Expert, Improved Repair Party Readiness, DCP slot 1. Montana here, also running with the same kind of stuff actually. Harguma here, Smoke mod, like Speed Boost mod. Moskva, Radar mod, Leg mod, you know, all relatively normal stuff. Daring, relatively normal stuff. Have a look over here at the Shimakaze, Leg mod, Swift and Silence, Moskva, standard stuff. We have Moskva here, standard stuff. Not really much variation in Moskva builds, is there? Daring, we're going to improve turret traverse, I guess, for that 1 point there. This Daring, going to be running 2-pointer, consumable duration, consumable cooldown, and then BFT. We then have the Salem running Demolition Expert. This Salem not running Demolition Expert. Apparently they have a difference in opinions on whether Demolition Expert is a good skill. It's not. And finally, the Schlieffen. So these Salems are both going to be running Radar. Schlieffen going to be running, again, not running IFHE. This time is running Fire Prevention instead of the extra cooldown. So he does not subscribe to the school of thought where I need Rapid Damacons. I have Rapid Damacons, yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at the initial deployments before things break out in the middle. Oh, the A-cap, Moskva, Shimakaze for the green team, Moskva above B, Daring above the B-cap, going to hide behind this rock. And then over at C, we have Daring, Salem, Montana, Schlieffen, Salem. Red team deployments, Alvaro, Haragumo, Moskva, Colbert heading towards the A-cap, along with the Montana being very, very close on the approach. Plus Moskva behind this island, and then Daring, Minotaur over here. Conqueror going to be kiting over at C, and then literally nothing else at C. So this Conqueror is going to be the sole defending force. So this push needs to make things happen, and they need to make things happen fast. At the same time, this push needs to make things happen, need to make things happen fast, and then they're going to run into a Conqueror and just, yes. So rotating off of C for this Salem is going to be a bit uncomfortable. He's going to be able to potentially use this rock, or this rock to try and get shots over at B. This Schlieffen and Salem are going to take a very long time. This Salem has nowhere really to go once he gets around there, but he's going to be able to farm out this Conqueror relatively effectively. This slot, you can rotate off the Haragumo, Colbert, Moskva. The Haragumo, Colbert can sit here-ish. Sit anywhere, really. It's going to sit up here, try and find a position to farm the Moskva from the smoke screen here or something. But they have to go through this Moskva first. This Moskva is going to suffer at the hands of a Colbert. Like, a lot. Yeah, let's take a look over at the conga lines going through B. They're all going to be Hydras, so he's not going to reverse out and take any of them. In theory. First damage has been dealt. Looks like the Conqueror is beginning to get farmed. The red Moskva also took a tiny little bit of damage over here too. Honestly, nothing much going to be happening. This Moskva is going to get farmed. That's about all we're going to be seeing. Not sure who clipped him, right? Did the Montana get a good salvo? Well, potentially, yeah. How lovable is this? I mean, there's a big gap in the island. It's very lovable. That could have been so much worse. There's a big lovable gap there. That BLUMR Moskva is... Oh, he takes a citadel there, though. Alright, well, he's going to limp home. This repush should happen very soon. They're pushing it with Shimakaze, though. They don't really have any... Like, the Shimakaze definitely has the spotting advantage in this situation, but the Moskva's not really in a position to protect his Shimakaze very much. Schlieffen and Salem going to be pushing all the way down there, realizing there's no resistance for them to walk into. This Salem's going to go to here. Looks like he's going to try and get an angle on the back of this Minotaur. Montana takes a cheap shot at the Daring. Doesn't connect. Well then, I think we're just waiting until something explosive happens, because as we can see, push is still happening here. Salem and Schlieffen going to be walking up, going to be getting at the kiting Conqueror. Moskva has decided, you know what, I don't fancy giving my broadside to this, but them being here means that this Moskva has to give up this position, which means they lose a little bit of their radar control. They do have a Minotaur with the radar and Hydro to sit there and do the Daring, so this Daring is going to go in just here to try and get the resets. Smoke's up. I'm not sure if you need to use that smoke, but better safe than sorry, I guess. You have a million on the Daring. I think he's just trying to blind fire right now just to get the resets. Does get them. So that big cap is going to be protected for now. And that should give enough time for the Minotaur's radar to come back, so they will be able to get the next set of resets as well. But that Minotaur's position is going to be pressured soon with the Schlieffen and Salem on the approach. This is not a tenable. This position is not maintainable. Whereas this daring position is very maintainable. Oh, it looks like the Shimakaze was ran down by the wall of ships. Yeah, he just got ran down. Moskva radar, and then everything else must have caught fire on him. And now the Moskva is going to be next. Torpedoes as a last-ditch effort from the Shimakaze towards the Alvaro de Bazan. Takes one. That's a bit of return damage, I guess. Moskva radar comes out. He sees the approaching hordes at the gate. Who's he going to choose to focus fire onto? Looks like he's going to be shooting at the Haragumo, try and get rid of the smoke screen to remove some of the utility from that. But he's just going to be murderized by the Moskva. Haragumo going to take this damage like a champ. That's going to reverse further around, and that's going to leave him with only options to shoot at this. Oh, no, Haragumo's still pushing into it. It's a fair chunk of damage he's getting in return on this Haragumo, actually. Radar's going out in B. Daring gets spotted, but nobody has really shots on him. Haragumo getting really low from that trade. Like, he gave up a lot of health for that Moskva kill. Had to drop his smoke as well, which means that they're not going to have this re-smoke available for... Well, I suppose the Colbert's not in yours. Where's the Colbert? Where's the Colbert right now? I can't actually see it. Oh, there he is. Now, ideally, you would want this smoke screen for this Colbert to, like, find somewhere to farm out either this Moskva or this pushing Salem, pushing Schlieffen. Schlieffen pushing open water against Moskva plus Conqueror is not a fun experience. He did... remember, this is the Schlieffen that ran the fire prevention, so he's going to suffer slightly less. He's probably going to lose all of his torpedo launchers because, you know, Conqueror exists. The Daring getting... a little bit greedy in this as well. Going to be open watering. Not sure if I recommend that in front of a Moskva Conqueror, but, you know, you do you, man. You do you. Takbi are going to be opening up onto the Schlieffen as well. Drops his Daring torpedoes. Yeah, Daring from BLUMR did take a big chunk because Conqueror. Conqueror going to be not having a heal available. Does have DCP available right now. Not having the heal, they were trying to get the last, like, desperately opening up with the Daring to try and get everything done. If they can, like, get a couple of fires right now, no, the Conqueror's getting his heal back any second now, and then he's going to print a new ship, and this big white bar is now going to be a red bar. And the Schlieffen and Daring are to suffer. Torpedoes came into the smoke screen, one Daring torpedo did connect. Salem now going to be pushing forward, going to be catching Takvia in the radar. It's going to be opened up on by the Schlieffen, Daring, and Salem. But Schlieffen's kind of suffering at the hands of this Conqueror now. I'm not sure if he has an exit plan on this. Moskva and him both going to run out on the broadside of him. And that's probably going to be dead. Yeah, that is a dead Schlieffen. Conqueror AP. Salem now walking out and going to be pushing up to this rock. See what he can do there. You know, Montana trying to hold off this push towards his own Moskva. This island's getting a little bit crowded. Did you know if you concentrate all of your firepower into one map square, you can be angled to by it very easily? So yeah, Minotaur not having fun right now. Decided he wanted to open water, try and deal with that Salem, and is instead going to have to give broadside to this Salem because it's got a little crossfire forming. Although that Salem is kind of suffering. So the Conqueror and Moskva are now going to turn back around, go to try and re-engage the Salem Daring. Not the best smokescreen choice, honestly, Daring, because like it's a very short duration, so the Salem's not going to have that for very long. This is just a... never mind. Salem goes down in the smokescreen anyway. Alvaro caught in the Moskva radar. Doesn't get the finishing blow there. I think he only has one turret on him. Salem picks up the Haragumo somewhere over there. I don't even know where. Alvaro goes down too. This ship's dying everywhere right now. Daring on daring violence. There should be a dead daring for BLUMR, and it's all starting to look slightly A&D favored right now. BLUMR running out of ships rapidly. There's a Montana in the middle of the map walking at the bow of that Moskva. Click, click. Nope, nothing. Okay. Of course, the Montana does overmatch the top half of the Moskva's bow, so he's going to be looking to shoot directly here and just go straight through into the Citadel. Explode his soul. He's going to have to wait for another reload first. Front guns go out into the other Salem, actually. Doesn't kill him either. Montana's not having the best of times right now, being like shot up by both the Salem and Moskva. But at the same time, I don't really think the Salem's having the best of times either. So, you know, being shot up by everything. Salem goes down. Montana's now going to like go back to try to focus out this Moskva. Although the Moskva's now pushing forward, and he's now going to get himself into Colbert's farming too. But the Montana's health bar is going down rapidly, although Daring is not having a fun time. Conga line torpedoes heading towards the Moskva who was pushing forward, but I don't think they're connected. No, they're not in range. Daring gonna smoke up. Montana Salvo comes in again at the Moskva. Wait, what? No. Montana Salvo goes in at the Daring. I was looking at the secondaries, I guess. It did 0 damage. Conqueror Salvo comes in. Is that going to do it? No? No, it's not. This Moskva is invincible, apparently. The Montana, on the other hand, is apparently not invincible and is suffering. He does get a heal. He's now the Daring shells are healing the Montana. Wonderful. Okay, Montana finally takes him down at the expense of his own life. And now we just have the Daring caught on a radar by the Minotaur, having to run away and, well, doesn't get angled in time and is now giving a lot of sight to Minotaur, just opening up on him. It's like, yep, nope, that's going to hurt. If the shells ever connect. There we go. And that just leaves Montana with 0 health in the background, fighting a Moskva. Time for solo warrior, boys. And that will be a 2-1 series victory for AMD. Question marks everywhere. So when the teams don't have the logo in the proper format, the stream pack's just like, yeah, you can have a question mark logo. And when both teams have a question mark logo, well, it looks a little cursed, doesn't it? It looks a little cursed. Pretend there's a team logo for A&D there.